Just trying to make sure the microphone works before I go off on a tangent like last time. So I'm going to wait here until my buddy gives me the okay. And then I'll continue doing what I'm doing. Yay! Alright. Does it sound okay? Can you hear the air conditioner really bad? Probably gonna be fine then. Alright, so I'll continue with, turn my game. I don't know what the fuck that means. I got one little bar that has volume on it. Oh, okay, yeah. I can do that. Is this fine? Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm going to start with my thing now. Alright. Welcome to a stream that I have entitled The Big Dropping. Or The Great Dropping, or whatever I'm gonna end up calling it, because I call it a bunch of things at a bunch of different times. It doesn't really have a defined name. Anyway, starting this morning, I had 479 anime that I had not seen a single episode of in my plan to watch on my anime list. And I decided that I was going to make this an official challenge to myself. So, here are basically the rules of what I'm going to do. A lot of people say anime has a 3-episode rule. You watch 3 episodes, and if you don't like it, then you probably won't like it. But you might miss out on things if you don't do the full 3 episodes to get through the premise. But with a lot of anime that are only 12 episodes, that's almost a fourth of the anime. I don't have time for that if I have over 470 shows on my watch list. So I'm doing 1 episode of each anime sitting on my watch list on my anime list. And I'm going to be going about this by putting them in separate categories whenever I watch the first episode of them, just to show where they stand. Like I said, I had 479 that weren't already watched. There were a lot of single episodes watched in my plan to watch because I've been doing this for a little while now. But these are the ones that I've seen today, just because I had a day off and this is what I did with it. Yeah, I think oh, hello. I think I described it well enough. Maybe not, but I will describe it more in detail now. We have our watching category. This category is for anime that, while I've been watching the first episode and going through, has hooked me so well that I continue to watch more episodes after the first one instead of continuing normally. These are the anime that I'm going to have at the top of my list as priority watches because they got my attention. After that is completed, which is obviously where any anime I finish is going to go. I don't know if that'll happen often or not, but I'm adding it as an option. We have On Hold, which is where I stored a lot of the anime I was watching before I started this, that I just haven't seen an episode of in a while. They're actually on hold. Dropped. This is where I think a lot of things are going to end up by the end of this, after I go through the first round sweep and then a second round where I watch the first 3 episodes of everything and thin it out further. This is the drop list. This is anime that I'm probably not going to go back to. These are on here just because I haven't watched them in a very long time and I'd need to restart entirely, or, you know, just different reasons. But I'll probably go back to these 7, just not, any ones that I add because of this. I'm going to be keeping track of everything. And here's the plan to watch list. This is where all of this idea started. There's a lot of shit on here. So I've been going through and watching the first episodes. Anything that I only watch 1 episode of stays in the list because I plan to watch it. I haven't started watching it yet, so it's not going to go in my watching. But these ones I plan to watch in the future after I finish all of the priority ones. So I add a +1 to this so I can sort them out through the filter. And yeah, those are the ones that I've started that I plan to watch. And after that is all this untouched stuff that I've never seen a single episode of that I'm going to be trying to sort through. This category I pay more attention to with numbers. But yeah, this is what we're trying to break down. So, with all of that said, I'm just going to start with the anime that got put on watching. The anime that hooked me really good and got me to keep watching it past the first episode. As for today, I think 3 things have been added to that. Yeah, okay. The first one is 3 Gray Man Hollow. This is sort of kind of not part of this, but also part of it because it's what got me to finally start the first episode. I'm a big fan of D. Gray Man. It was one of the first anime I ever saw, so it's got a special place in my heart. I wasn't really surprised that I continued to watch halfway through it in one sitting. I very much like it. You know, it's got, the opening feels the same way. This is not the type of, a lot of these anime, I'm going to compare it to something else that I've seen to kind of give a better idea of what the vibe's like for people who are watching this and wondering if they should watch these anime. But this is one that I definitely compare other things to. This is one of the OGs in my head. This isn't something I can say is kind of like this or that. It is that. Definitely on my watch list. So that number has gone down by 1. Next we have, Death Parade. I've been sitting on this one for a while because it looked really good when it came out, and I always love the opening theme. It gives me the same kind of vibes as Sugar Song and Bitter Step from Blood Blockade Battlefront, which is an anime that I haven't seen, but I love that ending theme to death. I really like it. It's definitely got vibes. Lots of vibes going on in it. Lots of things that feel like other shows and other things. It reminded me a lot of Akagi, which I'm starting to reveal that I have poor taste in anime. Akagi was I don't know. It's just the way that the games have such high stakes. It just feels like Akagi. Definitely recommend this one too. But it's somewhat episodic, so I can probably only take short bursts of it at a time. Meaning I have to skip forward a bit to Arifureta, From Commonplace to the World's Strongest. This anime surprised me. Let me tell you how surprised I was that it got put on the watch list of all things. For the first half of the episode, I thought I was gonna drop it. I don't know, it just looks cheap, and I don't mean that in like a bad way or anything, but I didn't realize that it was currently airing when I first started watching it. I thought that it was from 2012, and that's why I was excusing more of the animation errors. The CG's just really, really horrible looking, and all the characters kind of look like they got photoshopped onto a different background. They all have a white gradient on the outside of their hair, like when you're in Microsoft Paint and the brush does like a little too far out, and when you use the paint tool it doesn't fill everything because it thinks it's that brush stroke. I don't know, it's just the outlines threw me, and the title cards looked like they were made in PowerPoint. But then, children, the main character fucking snapped. It gave me clear Sword Art vibes for the first half, because it's, you know, I don't think it's an isekai, I think it's just a straight up fantasy. I don't think he's a reincarnation or anything. It's a straight up fantasy world where he's put in a situation like Sword Art Online, where he's put in a labyrinth that has a certain number of floors. And it's filled with monsters. So he only has like really common abilities, nothing suited for fighting. And he was just coming to watch other people fight monsters in here. And now suddenly, betrayed, he's plunged down several levels of this labyrinth. Yeah. Kind of rough. But, you know, he was just giving me the vibe of the classic light novel main character, you know? He's just like this guy. I don't know. You see it in a lot of them, like Kirito, where they all have sort of the same personality. But then he's like, you know what? If I gotta just kill people, what you gonna do? And he just goes insane. It's awesome. I can definitely forgive bad animation for something with such a cool concept like this. Especially because one of my favorite anime is fucking Get Backers, and have you seen that? It's not that great looking. Oh, that's just the first episode, by the way. The second episode on looks a lot better, and they have that white outline a lot less. I don't know if they just had a really limited budget for the first episode or what, but the rest of it looks better. Still doesn't look like a 2019 anime by any means, but it looks good. I have a few bullet points that I've been looking at, just so I don't get too off track. Yeah. I just really enjoyed it. So I watched the first 3 episodes and then I took a break. Those are the 3 anime that have been added to the watching category today. So anything past this, I've decided to either drop or continue watching, but leave it here in the plan to watch. And I'm gonna start, you know, at the top of those and go through them. So we have... Okay, yeah. The Japanese title is a lot longer. Sometimes my anime list confuses me. Showman Sample. You know, cute girls do cute things. It's kind of like Ouran High School Host Club if all of the boys were girls and the main character didn't get forced into cross-dressing. He's just the only boy and the only commoner at the school of all these beautiful princesses or whatever. You know, it's just fluff, but it's cute. I liked it. I liked the girls are quirky. So far that I've seen, they're quirky. I only watched 1 episode. I plan to go back to this later. Then we have... Are these alphabetized or not? They totally aren't. Oh man. Terror in Resonance. I watched the first episode of. It's really good, honestly. I've been told to watch it time and again, but I just never had. I've always heard it was good, and it lives up to it. Hype didn't kill this one because it was low hype, but still hype. It reminds me a lot of, like, I don't know, it gives off the same feel as, like, Paranormal Agent and stuff like that. It's just, like, really in your face. I don't know. It's very dense. The episodes feel very long, and there's a lot of stuff going on, but it feels very long, but it's a welcome very long. Let me double check something. Yeah, I definitely plan to watch it. A lot of it also gives off the same vibe as Another, except it's not Final Destination, the anime. It's... These 2 boys are part of a terror organization, and this is the girl who accidentally becomes an accomplice. It's amazing. That only spoils, like, the first episode, because I've only seen the first episode. I feel like anything in the first episode's free game, considering the whole point of this. But, yeah, definitely plan to watch it. Here we have... Oh, yeah. Um, this show, Urara Meirocho, I just started watching it because cute girls do cute things. Cute girls do fortune telling. Delightful. Oh, they're very quirky and sweet. I like all of the girls' personalities, and they all have a different specialty in fortune telling. There's this one, my wife. She has she does the tarot cards. She's not very good at it. This one here in the green is the shy one. She has a ventriloquist doll. Oh jeez. She uses kokuri, which I don't know very much about, but it felt very much like a Ouija board to me because, you know, I don't know. I'm interested in the premise of all of them have different fortune-telling specialties, and I'm interested in the girls' personalities. They're all very sweet and very well enough. Plan to watch it. Next, we have Amagami SS. Talk about a throwback this anime threw me. It feels like a dating sim, the opening theme. And all the girls have like different relationships with each other and the main character, and it just feels like a very alive world with a lot of, substance. It looks like it's been pulled like directly from YouTube on Hulu though, straight up. It's got the yellow subtitles and translator's notes in the corner. It's crazy. And then I ran into other anime that was like that as I continued watching, stuff from like 2006 that was subtitled the exact same way. And it's a throwback for sure. Reminds me of my days of watching in 3 parts on YouTube, But yeah, definitely it had a nostalgic feel, even for something that I've never seen before. And, I don't know, the girls are cool. There's definitely a lot of potential here. Let's see. After that is... Buso Renkin? It came out in 2006. This anime feels a lot like that time period, where they were just airing anime on Cartoon Network, like Zatch Bell and stuff. Probably because it is Shonen Jump and it has all those Shonen Jump vibes. It specifically feels a lot like Bleach, early Bleach, because that's the only Bleach I've ever seen, is really early Bleach where he's still, like, going after hollows in town before everything gets all weird. I don't know, I really liked it. I like the characters. The girl has a very interesting weapon that I'm fond of. The backgrounds just feel a lot like the 90s. They feel like Inuyasha backgrounds. They're just very pretty, even if it's sort of out of place against the 2006 style. And it looks great. I thought it was way more recent than it is, just like playing really hard on the retro. Yeah, it's just a beautiful show. I was so in love watching it. I'm really excited for it, but it didn't quite get on the watching list. Alright, and then this one I just finished a few minutes ago. Oh no, I have to look it up because I don't know the Japanese title. Akudai. Okay. Chivalry of the Failed Knight. Harem anime, and it feels like one. It just feels very much like, I've only seen a few episodes of Familiar of Zero, but the main character's her if she could do things. I don't know. He doesn't have any magic powers, but he's very strong physically, basically. And he's wanting to become a magic knight. And she is the top tier candidate for Magic Knight. And now they're roommates. Winky face. It reminds me a lot of Baka and Test if Bakentes, if the class A girl wasn't nice to anybody. She's very tsundere, and I like her a lot. They're definitely... I think Hulu has a thing for Hime. Because they're kind of all over the place. These have all been crawling with Hime, and that's fine. That's the last anime I've watched today. I might go in and watch more, I might not. This was just me doing the first stream to get all of this information out there and start to get a better idea of how I'm going to talk about each of these shows as they come. So, the official count, that's 9 anime taken off of our 479 plan to watch anime. 6 of them were left on the plan to watch. But that left us with 473 untouched anime. 3 of them were moved to watching, leaving us with exactly 470 anime that I've not watched a single episode. And hopefully we're going to start breaking that number down a little bit at a time. That's all I really wanted to do with this stream. I'm glad that I managed to get it done. I update this in real time, if anyone wants to keep an eye out for when I'm preparing one of these. I don't know, I just like having a goal, even if it's a weird goal, like how many anime can I watch. Yep. So, I'll see you next time I do a list like this.